Markets up and running, of course, across Europe now. Michael's with us for the best of today's business morning.
Thanks very much indeed, and that's the one really. The once struggling high street icon Marks and Spencer's has smashed expectations with its latest trading figures. Like-for-like sales for the last 3 months rose by 6.8% compared to last year, with a strong performance in both general goods and food. That's more than double expectations and puts the company on track for annual profits of as much as £750 million. But that's in stark contrast to the high street as a whole. The British Retail Consortium says comparable sales fell by 1.4% last month, much worse than expected. That's as the cold snap kept people away from shops, and store owners now pinning their hopes of stronger trade over the Easter weekend. British drinks group Scottish & Newcastle has bought up a slice of Australia's booze heritage. The company's paid almost £315 million for the right to make and sell Foster's lager across Europe. Foster's says its beer is the world's fastest growing brand in a market that's struggling to expand. As far as the market's concerned, it continues actually to rise, only a little, but that's not bad. That's still a 5-year high. Mining stocks doing extremely well. And one curious thing, the Marks and Spencer share price actually went up. Normally when companies beat records, the share price goes down. Why? Because people see it's gone up in expectation and they take the profits. But this morning, Marks and Spencer's up a little.
Good stuff. Michael, for now, thank you very much. Let's continue with our analysis on those results from Marks and Spencer's. Consumer experience expert Colin Shaw is in our central London studios and he joins us now live. Colin, a very good morning and thanks for talking to us here on Sky News today. So it seems that M&S is firmly back on the road to recovery. Would you agree?
I think that the first signs are that yes, they are. I think what they've managed to do is that they've managed to improve their overall customer experience. They've improved their advertising, they've improved they've modernised their stores, they've given their staff a lot of training, and they've improved the range of clothing. And I think that the results here today are the culmination of all that work and overall improving their customer experience, yeah.
Are we, as consumers, very fickle? But it seems that even a company, a brand as established as M&S, can fall very quickly into disfavour.
Absolutely. In our first book, Building Great Customer Experiences, we talked about the fact that large organisations tend to get very complacent, and when things are going well, they start to become very inwardly focused. And yet, customers' expectations grow all the time. And therefore, what I think we've seen with Marks and Spencer's is sort of a game of two halves. They've started off. Went through a complacent time, and now it feels like Stuart Rose has managed to pull this around, and we're starting to see those first signs of that improvement. But the key is, you know, will it continue, and will the other people in the high street actually see what's happening, and how will they respond?
So what lessons do you think as a company they've learned, and do you think it is all down to Stuart Rose, because there were many CEOs before him that failed, weren't there?
I think some of the lessons that they've learned is that to improve your customer experience, you need to improve a number of things. It's not just about advertising. You can create wonderful adverts out in the marketplace, but if the experience that you're then delivering is not up to it, then customers will see that there's a disconnect. So I think it's about improving the people, focusing on the people. One of the interesting things is they've given the people a bonus, which will therefore they will see some of the success in their wage packet. I think it's about improving the advertising, improving the stores, improving the range, and therefore all those things combined to create a much better customer experience. And that therefore shows that if you improve your customer experience, then what you do is that actually impacts on the bottom line and you can generate additional profits.
That's all very, very interesting, useful and fairly general, isn't it, Colin? If you had to draw from the Marks and Spencer experience one lesson, shall we say, for other high street traders, what would it be?
I think it's focus on the customer from the top. All too often when we talk with our clients, the board are remote from the customer and they are too internally focused. It absolutely starts from the top. So going back to your question about, so what has Stuart Rose done, I think he's brought that customer focus into the board. He's convinced the board that this is the right approach. All too often what we see are organisations where the board say one thing, we are customer focused, but then do something different. And it's absolutely key to get that customer focus at the very top levels.
We spoke to Stuart Rose a short while ago, and he said that they're not out of the woods yet. He's very much playing his cards close to his chest in terms of a full recovery and when that will be. He also said it's very important that all retailers have a good summer this year. Would you agree with him?
Yes, I mean the retailers have been on the back foot for some time, and absolutely, I think that the summer period is going to be key to them. With the extended winter that we've been having, then that has absolutely affected the high street. But I think all retailers of what they've got to do is start to get back to some basics and think about who their customers are, what's the experience they're trying to deliver, and then do what Marks and Spencer's have done, which is to improve their experience, and that will then start to show in the bottom line.
So all hoping for a hot summer this year. Thank you very much for joining us. The consumer experience expert Colin Shaw talking to us there about M&S.